One of the best things about offline mobile games is that data is stored on your phone and doesn't ask for more permissions. Also, you will not have to worry about annoying ads as they won't appear without the internet. So without further delay, let's take a look at the top 10 best offline games for mobile and take your gaming experience to a whole nother level. Of course, without the internet. Starting off at number 10, we have Monoposto. Monoposto is an outstanding example of an independent formula racing game that features open-wheel single-seater automobiles. Participate in the next 2022 season. There are 22 different racetracks ready for you to choose from. Despite being an online racing game, Monoposto focuses on emulators rather than a pure sports game, which means that you can fully imagine the process of a professional F1 player. From changing wheels, checking fuel and steering wheel, to adjusting the angles to see your custom car. The graphics are average, it's not as eye-catching as Asphalt 9 style racing games, but rest assured it's enough to heat up your phone. In addition, you can also increase the refresh rate to 60 Hz and customize the graphic settings to the highest level to see what the game shows. Before we move forward, I would like to thank Torchlight Infinite for sponsoring today's video. If you like action role-playing games and you have a phone, well then this is the game for you. Torchlight Infinite is a free-to-play action RPG game in a steampunk setting that features 6 heroes each with 24 talent tabs equivalent to more than 240 skills that can be linked to create different battle styles. The game sets in the era of Ember technology, 200 years since the events of Torchlight 2. And now has been surrounded by lots of enemies corrupted by the darkness. Torchlight Infinite presents the true taste of loot-based hack-and-slash game mechanics. When I played this game's beta, it was shockingly surprising how responsive, fun, and customizable the game is. I do love the mix of technology and magic, something that you will find unique to other titles on the market. Also, the game's monetization is non-predatory and all purchased assets will be unlocked account-wide. This is an absolutely free-to-play game, all gameplay mechanics are F2P, and endgame progression is unlockable to all players at the same rate. There are no daily timed online events, so you can actually pick up the game, submerge, and put it down anytime, anywhere you want. Torchlight Infinite will not sell gear or crafting materials for real money. Those items will be hard to grind to ensure a fair experience for all players. The game will be released on a multi-platform from mobile to PCs and consoles. All game data are bound with player accounts, so you don't need to worry about switching devices. All of your data will be safe. So what are you waiting for? Show us some love by clicking the link in the description below and pre-register the game right now, right here. Moving on to number 9, we have Pako Highway. Pako Highway is the 7th installment within the prolific Pako driving game saga. The other games in this franchise use an isometric perspective and aren't particularly focused on speed. However, this latest installment lets you play for the first time from a first-person and third-person perspective, while placing the focus on the driving speed. If you've ever played an endless driver, the controls in Pako Highway will be familiar to you. Your vehicle will be constantly accelerating and you can control it by tapping the sides of the screen. With these simple controls, you will have to try and last as long as you can, driving through traffic without destroying your vehicle. Okay, now coming in at number 8, we have Subway Surfers Tag. This game takes us back to the colorful and fun atmospheres of the famous Endless Runner with a third-person view. But this is not an Endless Runner, this is a curious mix between a skate park and an arena shooter. The controls are therefore of the traditional type with a repositionable virtual stick on the left side of the screen and an attack button on the right side, with automatic coupling which once fully loaded allows you to deliver a powerful special shot. Using touch controls or a controller Bluetooth, we will have to compete with 4 different arenas, gradually larger and more complex, unlockable by totaling a certain amount of points. Next up at number 7, we have Typoman Remastered. This is a revamped version of the puzzle platformer that was released in 2015. It's a good-looking side-scrolling word-fusing puzzle game. There are a few well-made puzzle games, but most of them are simple and you'll probably solve them right away. If you like the look of Limbo and you like Scrabble, you'll most likely enjoy this game too. It only took me about 5 hours to complete, but it does have a satisfactory ending, so well worth it. This is a really good-looking puzzler that is not only a challenge as far as reaction and timing sometimes, but also a smart puzzler. Typoman is undoubtedly an amazing game. It follows the mechanics of the big game called Limbo. Really, you'll notice it right in the first few minutes. Down to number 6, we have Imposter vs. Zombie 2. This is the sequel to the hugely popular Imposter vs. Zombie, again by Great Arcade Games. In the game, you need to move around and then just shoot the enemy when you see them. You don't usually have to worry about lining up the shot, just shoot and the game usually takes care of the shooting direction. There are special power-ups such as bombs and shields which you can use to help in your mission. From the main page of the game, check out the Lucky Spin for more free rewards too. You can get more spins with ads and usually double your rewards with ads too. Talking about ads, the game also requires an internet connection to log in, but once you log in, you can turn off your data connection. Moving on to number 5, we have Hello Neighbor Diaries. This is a first-person horror game that takes you back into the universe of the well-known game created by Tiny Build. In this title, you will be immersed in settings full of unknowns in which you will try to avoid being intercepted by a shady neighbor. After opening a box full of memories, the story's young protagonist will have to move through each room of the house to avoid the sinister villain. By means of a visual section in 3D, you will be in charge of seeing, under a subjective vision, each of the elements present in the scenes. In the same way, whenever you need it, you will have the option to interact with each item or collect them to use them when you need them. Next up at number 4, we have Spider Fighter 2. This is the continuation of a very high-quality and exciting project in a superhero setting, as well as action and fighting game elements in its gameplay. You will once again find yourselves on the streets of a city full of criminals of various stripes, from punks to gangsters in expensive suits. But they are not the main threat to the citizens. The participants will face really dangerous opponents this time, who are going to give way to insidious and destructive plans. Good graphics, nice animation, scale and duration, character leveling, attention to detail, and many other aspects are sure to appeal to connoisseurs of such entertainment. Coming in at number 3, we have Toy Rider. Retro gamers may remember such a series of games as Micro Machines. Small racing cars ride on the kitchen table, bathtub, and other parts of the apartment. So, the new Toy Rider Mobile repeats this scheme, only this time the view is from the third person with more or less modern graphics. In Toy Rider, you can expect to race through adorable miniature environments using more than 100 different cars to choose from across 15 languages. There are 10 epic power-ups to collect, with exciting upgrade systems to spice things up with every new race. The game also boasts 16 main levels and 8 additional ones for you to tinker around with. Your main task is to pass the levels, coming first to the finish line. Next up at number 2, we have Hook 2. This is a puzzle game in which you need to disassemble the various colored rings on the rotating metal accurately and effectively in the game. While playing the game, you also have the opportunity to collect various coins and exchange them for various different coins. In order to present a more realistic effect to the player, the rotating metal in the game has various types of states. The game also provides a large number of levels for players to choose from with a high degree of freedom, a simple style of painting, and simple and interesting gameplay, which are extremely addictive. Like the first version, Hook 2 possesses simple but very abstract gameplay with drawings appearing on the screen. And finally at number 1, we have Truckers of Europe 3. This is a truck driving game for Android where you get behind the wheels of these vehicles used to transport goods. Accept different jobs and complete your tasks on various routes to earn the money you need to expand your fleet. In the game, you'll find spectacular 3D graphics that fully immerse you in the development of each journey. The game also includes several camera angles that offer interior and exterior views of the truck's cabin. In addition, the controls are very intuitive. All you have to do is tap the steering wheel to change the direction you're headed while tapping the acceleration and brake pedals to manage your speed. During some of the levels, you'll also have to load different trailers. Either way, that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor and drop a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to join our Discord channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.